Hi, everybody. I'm here with Maya Swan. She passed her real estate exam in Virginia Beach specifically, right, Maya?
Yes, that's who I am.
So what I talked about with Maya is I want to talk to people about how to get business off the ground using social media, because obviously we're not in person, so I can't talk too much about that. So I kind of want to focus on that element. And she liked the idea, and I love the fact that she's set up and she looks professional and she's already getting going. So she's a really good person to work with. So hopefully we start a little series here of talking about how to get your business off the ground. Right, Maya?
Yes, definitely interested in doing that. Definitely. Yes.
Good. So what have we started with? What have you done already? So you passed your exam. What's the first steps you took?
The very first thing I did after I passed my exam, so I work with Keller Williams, and I went with the onboarding coach, and I spoke with her about, how to get started, but specifically how to get started with an open house. Because before I even got my license, I was touring different agencies, and I just enjoyed Keller Williams the best. But what I did with them was I went to a bunch of classes that they had, and a lot of the reoccurring, facts or statements that they were saying was do open houses, do open houses. So I was like, let me just start doing that. So I spoke with the onboarding agent about how I can get some open houses, and I hosted my first open house this weekend.
Well, obviously the open houses are going to be a little tough right now because we're dealing with the whole virus thing.
Exactly.
So, and also, I also feel like open houses, that's something everybody should be doing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we want to take you a little above and beyond. We want to use our time to make you a little more special than everybody who walks in that office. Because if you go to Keller Williams or any, you want to get those open houses because it is a good chance to get buyers walking in. So just so everybody knows, yes, I'm not saying don't do that. Everybody should do that. But I want to kind of focus on kind of making you that next level person as well.
Yeah. So with social media, I was saying that I've kind of like most millennials, we've been interested in social media like since it's been around. So I tried, I have a YouTube page that I've done, like Instagrams, accounts that I've set up. So for me, it's just natural to kind of start to promote my real estate stuff on my social media account, on my Instagram specifically. So I started to post different real estate informational posts that I would find that I liked and that I related to on my Instagram page. And I also posted about like open houses or different events that I was going to in the area. Of course, like I said, with the pandemic, we're not really out and about too much, but I was just posting, letting everyone in my like network know that I'm doing real estate now and kind of sharing real estate information.
Let's focus this down. All right. And this is where I'm going to try and help you see if we could, give my input. So there's a lot of topics you went over. We talked about open houses. We could talk about that. A lot of social media, YouTube. Obviously, I could talk endlessly about that as well. But right now, you mentioned Instagram. Let's start there. So I want to ask you some questions that I think you should be thinking about when you're setting up Instagram. So first of all, like, what's your theme? Do you have a theme?
For me, my theme is information. I want to like an inspiration. So I want to share information with people about real estate and let people know that it's not as difficult to get into it. And this would be like people that are interested in investing in real estate, people that are interested in buying houses, all that stuff.
Do you have a color you want to use?
Not really. I really enjoy colorful. So when I look at someone's page, I like people that have like a bunch of different colors on it.
So that's something I want to see from you. And I'm asking about the theme because one thing I want people to think about when they set up their Instagram is you don't want to look like you're just posting random pictures, right? Yeah. You mentioned you have a fashion background, right? Yeah. So I really expect your Instagram to look like super awesome. And you should understand when I'm talking about the color stuff. I see your Instagram now, and I definitely see somebody who wants to get stuff done, but I want to see it look a little more cleaner, with a color palette, because you know what I'm talking about. You went to fashion school, you know what I'm talking about. And you see, I try to do that. Like if you look at the PrepAgent Instagram, and I'm not saying I'm the end all with all this, but I do think there's a certain amount of professionalism conveyed. Ours is blue, white, and gray. And if you look at my Joe Judah one, it's white, yellow, and green. I'm kind of going with those themes because you want people to kind of remember you with a certain look. Maybe you're not in person, but when they see online, it kind of has a certain theme. Yeah. That's the color theme. And then when I said about the theme of what you want to do, you may have inspiration and all that kind of stuff, which is great. So then you got to plan out the post, because would you do every post as inspirational? Mm-hmm. If you said, would every post be inspirational? What do you think?
What I'm posting now?
No, the answer is no.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Because you understand what I'm saying? Sorry, but
Mix.
it would lose its kind of effect. If every
Yeah.
post is inspirational, you start to look at it and be like, oh, give it up. All right. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
stop telling me how to live.
Yeah.
So you need to plan with your theme, like how many ones am I going to do inspirational? How many I
Okay.
do just me as a person, like,
Okay.
you know, my personal life, like what I do, what I live to make it personal. How much is
Exactly.
it going to be business information? And how
Yeah.
much is it going to be to sell yourself? Because you are trying to get business. So you do
Yeah.
have to kind of have some salesy stuff in there. You got to work out that ratio of what you want it to be. And then you work it out with the theme and the color palette. So you should be working out that your inspirational one should follow a certain color on your Instagram. So it's inspirational, maybe though, but let's pick a color just randomly. I mean, you probably could work with more colors than most. People do
Yeah.
not have the background that you do. I would say use like one or two, but because you have an artist background, a fashion background, you probably can make a lot of colors work really well, but I would not recommend that for most people, you know?
I like the idea of you know, having some kind of continuity that can be either with design. So I was thinking maybe instead of just reposting things, I can put some kind of like design or like a watermark on each image. That way you know that it's me, or colors. But I understand what you're saying. I think
Like, I just think the inspirational post should have a certain look.
yeah.
Your sales post should have a certain look. You know, when you take pictures of yourself, you know, obviously you want them to look nice. And I guess what I'm getting at is you don't want too much of one thing. Because if you just have a lot of selfies all the time, you just look like an unprofessional teenager.
Yeah.
You know, you're not a teenager, so you don't want to look like that. You know, if you have too much inspirational, it just sounds overly preachy.
Exactly.
If you have too much salesy, then it just sounds like, well, nobody wants to be sold to. And if it's just information, then it's like boring, snooze alert. You know, it's like today's mortgage rates. You know, it's just kind of You know?
I think I've been doing like a lot of like I'm not okay. I want to say user generated content. So content that like I said, I've seen from other people. That's kind of what I've been posting mostly. But I do like the idea of putting some kind of element in there to make it more consistent. So it's not just, you know, reposting someone else's, you know.
Right. And one thing we forgot is you want nice pictures of your community. So now we have different ideas. You have inspirational, you have information, you have somewhat salesy, you have you as a person, and you have your community. You are selling the community. And obviously some of those you can mix together, you know, if you do it creatively, but I just think it needs to be planned out. So it's the first thing I would say is you got to plan it out, because right now you got a lot on there, and, you know, but obviously if everybody knows, we'll have the links to her stuff below. And I hope everybody follows your progress to see what it looks like as you learn more and more how to do this.
Yes.
And I think this is important because I'm not going to sit here and say you'll get business from Instagram. Like, people will just look at your Instagram and write to you. They may. If they do, that's great. What does happen is the business you do get, or I should say potential business you get, will look you up. You know, they'll look it up. So when I say you won't get business at Instagram, I said it's going to be hard to get that random person you've never had contact with who just looks at your Instagram, contacts you. That may happen, but you better have like a gazillion followers for that, you know, which you may. But I just think in this day and age, if I meet you, if it's like, oh, Maya in Newport Beach, and I'm like, oh, she seems really great. The moment you leave me, if I'm serious about working with you, I'm immediately looking you up. Okay, who is this person I just met? You know, I'm going to look up her Instagram. I'm going to look up her Facebook page. I'm going to look up her website. And if it doesn't look professional, I'm going to immediately be like, maybe I won't leave you, but it's not going to be good. You know?
The best impression, yeah, for sure.
Right. So I just think planning it out could be really, really helpful for you. What do you think?
No, definitely. Yeah. So I'll definitely figure out some kind of way to do some kind of watermark or something that's going to be more consistent in that. And I like that you brought up the community aspect as well, because when I was, you know, taking classes and learning stuff, I think it is a good idea to spotlight different things that are going on in the community that you're going to be, you know, working in. So yeah, that's all those things are things I need to incorporate. Sure.
Right. And, you know, because I said, I don't know if I'm doing it perfectly, but I do have goals, and I'm trying to have you have the same goals. Because the real estate exam stuff, it's a little easier to have information. It's something on the real estate exam. Exactly. But if you actually look at my thing, logically, that would be the most popular content. I help people pass the real estate exam, right? So information that's on your exam, you think that would be like the most popular content, but it's not. You know, that inspirational content is much more popular and does a lot more for my Instagram than but I can't put that in every post. You know, I
Mhm.
can't do that for every post.
All the time. I do find that people do people do respond well to the, well, I don't know if it's inspiration or it's more so just me sharing information. It's a little bit of both. It's more so me just sharing different things that I found interesting about real estate, and I find that people do respond pretty well to it. But I need
What's
to,
something you found interesting about real estate?
let's see, top of my head.
Yeah, I calling you out on that one. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm pulling out the phone. Let me see. So okay, I do post quotes. I have one quote like buy more land, but not making more of it, that kind of corny stuff. But I also post stuff like benefits of investing in real estate property.
Can I ask you a question? How long have you been in Newport?
Been in
Where
Virginia
you
Beach.
live now?
I've lived here my whole life. I moved.
Okay. Whole life, right?
Yeah.
Without thinking about it, what's special about where you live? And don't think about it, just right off the bat. What's the first thing that comes to mind special where you live?
Community. I like the community. I like the fact that I'm close to a beach. I like that it's not a super big city, but it still has like city vibe to me.
Can you convey all that through posts, through pictures and images?
Yes, definitely.
And those are the facts I think are useful.
Okay.
Like, I just get annoyed when people post like the interest rate and stuff. Like, that's like pie in the sky stuff I can look up, but stuff that's you know, you're saying like, I lived here my whole life, you know, and you could think of something creative, like, you know, city, but not, you know, beach, but the energy of, you know, whatever, you know, you can kind of think of something super creative. And that's the facts I think you should be thinking about. Because I think a lot of people just copy and paste like facts that anybody could Google.
Look up, yeah.
But stuff that like makes it a little more special. What do you think of that idea?
No, people have told me that. I feel like I have a heart. Sometimes I have to hear things multiple times before it sinks in. So I think
Because I said, you lived there your whole life. You know, you must have picked up something, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you seem like a great person. There must be something good about the community, you know, it produced you. So, you know, so you can kind of find those things.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
No, I like it. It's good.
So anyway, I think we've talked about a lot today. How was that? What do you think?
I think it's good.
For our first one. Woo!
Yeah, our first one.
Our first one.
Good.
Yeah, so this is my goal. I'm trying to give tips that I'm hoping everybody could apply to. Okay, everybody could apply. And hopefully you will. And you, we are going to follow to see if it works, right?
Yes, definitely. I mean, yeah, definitely. Because I mean, everyone, a lot of people have told me about but I think like having like, okay, so me as both a person who's worked in it and a person who like follows other people's stuff, I feel like the stuff that I like the most looks more organic. And sometimes the consistent color scheme thing looks kind of like we're a business, which is a good thing.
I know, but you're a pro with this. You'll know how to make it not feel too businessy.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. I gotta think about it.
I mean, I'm looking at your setup right now. I look at the nice shirt you're wearing, the green plant, the beautiful background you have with the chair. You clearly know what you're doing. You can do this. I'd be really disappointed if yours looks like everybody else's. I'm really thinking you're going to come out with something that'll be a model for everybody to follow. Not to put too much pressure on you, huh?
No, I like the pressure. Bring it on.
Right.
That's good.
I think you could set something up where people are like, that's what mine's got to look like. Like, that's our goal. Like, in a few months, that I show everybody, you want to see how it's done? That's how it's done. That's what it's got to look like.
Okay. I'm start thinking. Yeah, I'm going to start, because I love social media. Honestly, like, I want to work in social media one way or another. So I want to figure out how to make this.
Every independent business person needs to learn how to use social media. And a real estate agent is about as independent as they come. So you're good to go. Well, all right. So this is Joe. I'm here with Maya Swan, and we'll talk to everybody soon.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.